This video is for the third knowledge organiser and standard form. What I would like you to do is read your knowledge organiser, watch this video and use it to work through the examples on page 1, try the questions from the second page of your knowledge organiser and complete any maths watch work set by your class teacher. So if we have a look, what we're going to do today is we're going to write small numbers in standard form. In the last 2 lessons ago we said that standard form could be used to write large numbers in standard form or small numbers in standard form. So we've done large numbers, we're going to look at our small numbers. So if we have a look at this here, this again we follow the same rules. You're going to have a number that's got to times by 10 to the power of something, and that first number here has to be between 1 and 10. So if we're going to do this here, it's going to be 2. Okay, now this is actually 2 divided by, and if you imagine how many times is 2 being divided by 10, it's been divided by 10 4 times. Okay, so it's like saying that 2 divided by 1,000. Okay, now notice this, I'm talking about this as a divide. When we're using standard form, it has to still have the times 10 in. Okay, now what happens is we use a negative power. Okay, so if you imagine that 10 to the power of 1 is 10 10 to the power of 0 is 1. 10 to the power of minus 1 would be 0.1, because when we've done our negative powers, that's the same as 1 divided by 10. 10 to the power of minus 2 is 0.01, because that is 1 divided by 10 squared, which is 100. 10 to the power of minus 3 is 0.001, and that would be 1 divided by 10 cubed, which is 1 divided by 1,000, and that's what it gives. 10 to the power of minus 4 would be 0.0001, which is 1 divided by 10,000, or 1 divided by 10 to the power of 4. So we use this to help us do it. In this case, it's like saying 10 times by 0.0001. 2 times 0.001. So we would say 10 to the power of minus 4. Okay, there's a couple of ways that you can think of this, right? One way is you can put your decimal point in here, and you can say how many times would I have to multiply 2 by, or divide 2 by, until I get to that, or how many times do I have to multiply 2 by to get to my answer of this. So if you imagine, what do I have to times this by to get to 2? So I'd have to times it by 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, so it's going to be to the power of minus 4. Some people notice that on negative powers there's the same number of zeros as what there is the powers. Some people do notice that and spot that pattern. It's up to you how you would do it. Okay, I'm going to go through a second example on this. So if we have a look at this problem here, this is the same as saying 4.86 divided by 10 3 times. Okay, 10 divided by 10 divided by 10. And that's how I would help me work this out. That means that it's 4.86 times 10 to the power of minus 3. And that's how I would use this to work out my standard form. Because where would I put my decimal point to make sure that my number here was between 1 and 10? I would look at it, putting it here, so it was 4.86, and then I would say, right, how many times is that being divided to get my answer? And then it's the same as timesing by the negative power. I'm going to do another one for you just so that you can see this. So for this one again, 3.4, and it's been divided by 10 3 times. So it's going to be 3.4 times 10 to the minus 3. Again, in each of these you'll notice there's 3 zeros, and that's kind of an easy way to check. Mathematically it's not accurate, but you can use that to check that you've got the answer right. Okay, Use this video to complete any Maths Watch work set by your class teacher and the rest of the Knowledge Organiser. Thank you.